Sorry. Oh, there we go. That's what we're waiting for. Yeah.
It's not a giant.
So there's a giant, and that one's directly from the Crespi collection. And I believe even though that's a black and white photo, that carving engraving is gold. And it's like, what the heck character is that holding this full-grown man like a baby? And then there's corresponding ones afterwards of a man holding what looked like that giant Sasquatch's head, but cut off, like it was a warrior that decapitated the giant Sasquatch.
Oh gosh, that's gold too. I think I've got a color photo of that, like a gold guitar. Look at the size of that guitar.
Right, exactly. Like,
and that's
we ain't playing that.
No. Yeah, I mean, Egypt, Ecuador. This was found in South America.
Right, exactly. That was found in the Crespi collection, the Keokikos caves by the locals. They brought Father Crespi there. That's him. And those are Babylonian, Mesopotamian, Egyptian artifacts.
Yeah. And that's like that, that picture that we all know of from Mesopotamia of the giant holding the lion. That's, apart from being like that first picture we looked at, that's Gilgamesh. That's oh, there you go. That's a show I did on it. Yeah, so look at these, right? Look at this. Sphinxes, straight out of Mesopotamia. And that looks very Egyptian, right? It's just, yeah, definitely one world civilization of giants. This is interesting. Who's that guy who does that collection and he's got the pyramid and it glows? It's got a big eye on it. I can't remember his name. But yeah, the pyramid there. I mean, look at this.
You are talking about,
he's a German guy, I think.
Yeah, Austrian. It will come to me in 2 seconds.
I want to say Alf, but it's not Alf.
Biting my thumb as I think. This would drive me nuts.
And look, this dude's got a mitre hat on. Look at that.
Right? Like, that's a Pope hat, almost.
Yep.
And
I mean, look what he's wearing. It's
and
not
the
that far
language.
off the Pope.
And look at the language written into the tile floors, too.
Yeah, down here.
Like, that's got to be an Atlantean from the moment I first saw that golden engraving. Parts by, what is this called? Man, this is driving me.
I wonder if that's original, like, Masonic apron, like.
Right? That's the first thing that went through my head when I saw that, Campbell.
Yeah, when they used to have 360 degrees, right?
Mystery Babylon right there. One of the very first priests.
I mean, this is
an igloo with the rabbit on top and the giraffe and
an elephant.
Deer. Yeah, the elephant, right? Like, but is that a woolly mammoth maybe, or a baby mastodon in this igloo time? Is that pre-cataclysm? This engraving is my guess on that, right? And the pyramids in the background still
pyramids.
Too. Yeah. Is that a rabbit or a kangaroo? That's a kangaroo on top. That's not a rabbit.
Oh, this.
Look at how its legs are and its hands.
Yeah, it could be.
Is that a roo or no?
I don't know. It could be. It's got like, the big sort of long feet, hasn't it? I mean, rabbits don't have legs like that. And rabbits' legs sit under them. This looks like the Loch Ness Monster, but elephants, right? These are all from South America.
So that would have to be before the floods, right? At least 12,000 years ago, if not longer, when the mastodons and the mammoths and the elephants were in the Americas.
And look at this, right? Remind you of anything with all this writing at the bottom? That's like the one that they put on the dollar bill, right?
And that is like pre-Greek, pre-Aramaic.
God knows what that is. Yeah, very, Very old. I mean, I heard that what that English, or I think it was English, they created it by getting another language and just turning all the letters 90 degrees. I forgot what language where I heard that, but they've just messed. I mean, so many pyramids, right? Just messed
Right?
with language so much.
And
Who's this
are
dude,
those
man?
gray aliens? What the
What
heck
the
are
hell
they?
is
Little
that?
green men? Are those Martians?
What? He looks like the that Martian. What was that Martian that used to ride the motorbike with that song? Oh no, Frog. He was a frog, wasn't he? Crazy Frog. Yeah. Oh, like the two.
Right? Two.
And
two
always
birds.
these snakes, right? Snakes of energy or whatever they are. But yeah, there's a good look at the language. I mean, so it's not that too
That's like a
dissimilar from
Slavic.
now.
That's a Proto-Slavic language. I'm seeing
Mm,
Russian letters in that alphabet. The L
mm,
there, the shish, which would be the M,
this one, yeah.
but that's also English, Spanish language like it too.
And then elephant there. I mean, and in South America, so
Once again, pre-cataclysm.
yeah, eagle. Always the
Oh, yeah.
eagle symbology, right? And here's the language again. And
Yeah, that one's looking like proto-ancient Greek.
even got the twin poles here. So it's the symbolism just keeps, it was the same symbols, but obviously different meanings. It's all been inverted and twisted. And I don't know what this thing's coming out on their shoulders are. Are they snakes or something?
Right? Or
That,
just
I mean, they've got to have been able to decipher this, right? How come we don't all know what that says?
yeah, like the computer AI algorithms within the like linguistic departments would be able to freaking figure that out in no time.
Yeah,
And that's what
because
drives me crazy these days. Klaus Donna, thank you.
Klaus
Thank you.
Donner, yes,
That
yes,
is
thank
the
you.
man.
Yes, he's got a great video out there if you haven't seen it. Again, the snakes, and this, he's got feathers, right? But this is all Egyptian. So it's like a real meld of, it's like this thing, right? It's like when that they got the original society or the remnants of it and just took certain remnant or certain bits of it and said, yep, that's this culture, and we'll put these bits in this and call it that culture. But clearly they didn't clean up enough of the.
Right? They gave each culture different pieces, and then the difference between was kill because they believe this and you believe that, even though it's all from the original.
It's all, yeah. There you go, giant crown.
Right? Like, ounce of gold. Who the heck's going to be making these things unless it was to fit, and it's left over. And I believe that crown, they came from an area in Ecuador now that they found these lost pyramids that they say were built by giants in the extreme jungle that got exposed after a landslide happened from an earthquake several years ago. And then they had these crazy rains washed aside. And there's just these giant walls that they thought were just cliffs and mountains, but no, they are intelligently constructed pyramids.
There must be so much in South America under that jungle. There you go.
Right? Yeah, there you go. One of the giant gold sheets. Like, I guarantee that was part of a book, like one page in a book.
Yeah, of a book for a giant. Gold leaf. And look in the background, you can see he's got heaps of other stuff around.
Right? It's like, we're not making pages that are made for giants to read. No, we make pages that fit into books that fit into our hands. Like,
it's like with the maps as well. They're all oversized. But why would you write on gold, right? Is there messages there for, because if you do it in gold, it's not going to deteriorate. Is that a message for us, right? From the past to the present or the future?
Yeah, there's another one of them. Right? It's like I think those ones might be copper, but regardless,
Yeah.
they're all over the world, and these are just the Crespi collection. There's
Mm.
several different spots that they've been found and pulled out of now.
And this is probably what they started with, and then we get this story of scribes buddy with chisels hammering into rock to try and replicate this. Like they couldn't make metals after the cataclysm. I mean, look at this dude. There's the snake again.
It reminds me of Masonic garb, each one of them in that
Yeah.
series that these guys are wearing with those crowns, that
Yeah,
staff
well,
and whatnot.
I mean, because that was probably like the priest class who would have
Exactly.
been, or like the rulers. Not that they would have been rulers as such, but and so that's what was taken over and imitated and inverted. And of course, Father Crespi's gone now, and they seized it, didn't they? They seized the collection. I think the government.
They did a whole bunch of it. Well, since he was a Roman Catholic priest, Rome seized a bunch of it before he died. Then the Ecuadorian government seized a bunch, and then because they claimed that the golden plates of the Crespi collection were fraud, they literally tossed them aside, even though they were made of gold, and then were burnt down in his church when there was a fire. But I think it's Ancient Origins website and group. They're a pretty good group. They've since gone back and looked into it a couple times and have started to recover some of them from the burnt down ashes of the old church that Crespi was at. And then in some back hall of the Ecuadorian government, because they just treated them like garbage, even though they were made of gold, because they were claimed to be fraudulent and debunked.
Okay, so this they just left the church. I thought that they would probably steal it, melt it down into bars, and just sell it because so there might actually be bits of it still around. I think some of it also was saved by the locals before they sort of I think
they
the stories
took it
of
back.
people grabbing it and sort of going and hiding it and stuff again. Because the story is apparently it was all from secret spots, and just over the years, because this Father Crespi was so revered, they just used to give him little gifts of all this stuff, and he ended up with this massive collection.